This is exactly right.
We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
And we know how important it is to take care of it with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one. I've always used CeraVe.
They have little samples at my dermatologist as I'm leaving, and they don't do that with just anything.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye. The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye. If you're thinking about your bra all day, you're probably wearing the wrong bra.
Your bra should clock in, do its job, and clock out.
That's where Honeylove comes in.
Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them.
Honeylove recently launched their new crossover contour bra, which features their best-selling wireless crossover bra design, plus built-in molded light foam pads for extra support and a beautifully contoured shape.
And Honeylove is now offering a crossover triple bra bundle. You can get huge savings by buying 3 at once.
But Honeylove doesn't just make bras and shapewear. They built a full line of tanks, bodysuits, and underwear with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market.
Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/MFM.
That's honeylove.com/MFM.
After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove.
Goodbye. Hello
and welcome
to My Favorite Murder.
That's Georgia Hardstark.
That's Karen Kilgariff.
This is all new. It's as if it's day one.
It feels new every time.
Doesn't it feel fresh and new?
I just spit at you. I'm sorry.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you land all the way over here in my weird spot? I think it's going away, actually.
It is going away. Let's pretend that spot is not because you've spilled something on yourself, but because I spit towards you.
Because you spit all the way across the podcast at me.
Gleek. Remember gleeking?
There were boys in my high school that were so frighteningly accurate at gleeking. If you don't know, gleeking is what we used to call in the 80s very specifically directed spitting.
But it was like from under your tongue. It happens to me all the time in the fucking dentist chair, and it's so embarrassing. I gleek more than most people, never on purpose. It's so embarrassing.
There were boys in my high school that, of course, were like seniors when I was a freshman or whatever, that could do it across a classroom at you.
If I had that power,
it's incredible.
Where would I be today if I had that kind
You'd be Kenny Scalmanini living your dream.
I would have it of OnlyFans, gleeking OnlyFans.
Oh my God, people would pay top dollar.
Gleeking and feet. That's what I got.
Those are your two big pluses.
That's my OnlyFans.
I can whistle and be negative. Those are mine. That's my OnlyFans.
I can't whistle, so that's actually pretty impressive. Stop it. Show off. You're showing off now. You're mocking me. Wheat woo.
Oh, remember the wheat woo? That's where that came from.
Yeah.
I think Nicole's talking about re-releasing some wheat woo whistles.
Oh, that's right.
We don't want to look gross. We're going to re-release some whistles and have people buy them and we donate the money.
Yeah, guys. Get with it.
God damn it.
Stop gleeking all over our fucking parade. Oh, all right. How's it going?
Good. This was a weekend where, because I didn't have to go anywhere, travel, do anything, I literally did not do one thing.
Just rotted, but not in a negative way.
No, I love rotting.
I do too.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No. Like, if I have a cat on me, like, everything is fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Cat. I had a dog in a cone for a little while.
Aww.
Blossom had an eye infection.
A dog, a cat, a book would be great. I'm reading a book called The Husbands, where this woman has this attic that just creates new husbands every time she sends the other one back up.
Oh.
So she has an infinite amount of husbands, and she's just trying to like finally fucking pick one, but they all suck in some kind of way. And she's all like, maybe the next one.
Yeah.
So she's had hundreds of husbands.
That's funny.
It's so good. It's like perfect sci-fi because it's just this. I love when like just, this little hole opened up in the world. Nothing big.
Yes.
And
this is just how it's affecting my day to day.
Right. Husbands.
Yeah.
Called The Husbands.
That's funny.
I can't put it down. What are you watching? Anything interesting?
Listen, I don't want to be negative. I tried
Don't you? Yes, you do.
Well, it's my skill. I don't want to be negative for free.
Whistle.
Yeah, you have to go into my OnlyFans for that. But I will just keep it general and say that I tried to get into like the things that are popular and being like marketed right now. Mm-hmm. And I skimmed through many of them.
What could it be?
Over the weekend. And I was just like, what am I doing?
What could it be? Say it.
Fine. It's the new Game of Thrones prequel spinoff with the very large man. Because you know I'm a fan of giants of any kind.
Really?
A big man I'm always piques my interest.
Oversized though? Or just like regular big? You like oversized?
As big as possible. Robert Wadlow, the world's tallest man.
Wow.
Like whether it's mass, whether it's, just pure height, whether it's personality.
You almost like want it to be like on
that circus tip.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but like shockingly so.
It just holds my attention. It's fun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I'm always like, what's happening over here?
I can't look away.
So that guy's, cute and great or whatever, but you don't want to be a sequel or a prequel to a show like Game of Thrones.
No, I'm not going to watch it.
That's like having like a crazy hot older sister, and then you're like, and there's me. Like it's that vibe, I feel like, where you're very critical of a show that like meant the world to everybody.
Right. Remember when I was in my Game of Thrones phase when I was binging it like years later?
That's right. And you were just like, what's up with this family? I'm like, I'm not having this conversation with you.
Can we talk about, it's like been 10 fucking years. Did you watch Begonia?
No, what's that?
The new movie that's like with Jesse Plemons and
love that guy.
And what's her name?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, thank you. You haven't watched that?
No.
Oh my God.
Nor heard of it.
It's like nominated for all these things, except Jesse Plemons fucking got completely, what's it called when they don't?
Ignored.
Yeah, but what are they?
Snubbed.
Thank you. Molly coming in hot.
She's like, God damn it, this is easy.
Snubbed so hard. It's such a good fucking movie. I can't believe you haven't watched it. It's like so you'd love it. You'll love it.
Okay.
Begonia.
Okay, I'll
Not
watch it.
Not like The Flower, but like this other thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Did you go to the movie theater?
Absolutely not.
I was going to say.
No, it's on TV.
Okay. All
and
right,
then also,
I'll look that up.
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Did you watch that one?
I feel like you mentioned that to me.
With Rose Byrne? Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I think it did. Excellent.
Will you text those to me?
No, I'll forget.
Come on, because I'll forget.
Okay, I'll do it.
The phase I'm in right now, whatever it is, and maybe I just need to get on current movie TikTok, and that'll help me.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard of anything, except for apparently there's a guy that made his own horror movie that he released on YouTube, and it got hugely popular, and now it has like theater distribution.
It's not the one from the dog's point of view, is it?
I don't think so.
I want to watch that one.
Is it new?
I think it's newish, yeah.
Oh, I could be wrong. Is it a horror movie?
Yeah, it's a scary movie, but I don't think it's from YouTube.
Okay. This one is a guy, and dogs weren't mentioned in the one TikTok I saw about it. But it was like, this guy's changing this system or whatever.
Yeah, you're so movie-oriented. Although I guess you're movie theater-oriented more than...
You know what I am? Popcorn-oriented. That's what it is. Any excuse.
It's good that you can admit that, though.
Yeah, I'm real honest about it.
That's the first step. Popcorn
Please be honest about how you're using the movie theater for popcorn only.
Yeah.
I'll watch anything.
With popcorn.
Big old tub, like...
You can get it delivered to your house?
I think I did get it delivered to my house in COVID.
That sounds right.
I think, but it's certainly not the same.
No.
You need a really angry teenager to serve it to you. I do.
Speaking of angry teenagers,
There we go.
We have a podcast network.
That's true.
It's called Exactly Right Media.
Yep.
And so here are some quick highlights.
Well, for example, we just launched Two-Faced John of God, which is our newest limited series podcast, and it's out right now in both English and Spanish. Very exciting. It's about a Brazilian spiritual healer and his fall from grace. We made it with a company called Adonde Media. Martina Castro is the host. We love her. If you are looking for the Spanish-speaking version, the title is Dos Caras, Juan de Dios.
Great job.
Thank you.
Please,
I'm working on it.
Please follow and subscribe or whatever the hell. It really helps the network and the podcast. Appreciate you.
That's right.
And did you know that you can now watch podcasts on Netflix?
That's true.
That's a thing. It's the future.
It's real.
Hi. New episodes of My Favorite Murder and Buried Bones are now released weekly on Netflix. So your old comfort listen is now your new comfort watch. Flip that on in the background. Have a listen.
Fold your clothes.
Do your nails. Whatever you want to do.
And then now take right into the camera. We're podcasters. That would be amazing if you could cry on cue like that.
I can't even cry not on cue.
I mean, but what if that was the way you could cry?
That's a good idea.
Also, if you're not on Netflix for some reason or you're outside the United States, you can watch full episode videos when you join the fan cult.
Right.
You can also get exclusive audio and video content, of course, ad-free episodes, merch store discounts, so much more. Just go to fancult.supercast.com and join today.
And if you're on the internet, why not head over to the Exactly Right store? New items from all your favorite ERM shows have been added to the last chance section. Get them on sale now before they're gone forever. Go to exactlyrightstore.com.
Wow.
Boom. We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
10 years ago, no one in America knew what a skin barrier was.
It's time to take care of your skin with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one.
Formulated with 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide to provide long-lasting hydration and 12-hour oil control. I've been using CeraVe for over a decade, I would think. And now it's getting super trendy. And I don't know why, it just makes me proud that something I've used for so long is cool on socials now. But it really does work. And that's why it's been around so long.
No matter your skin type or concern, CeraVe has facial cleansers perfect for you and your skin barrier.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye. The future has an annoying habit of always showing up.
That's why now is a great time to start planning ahead.
Enter Acorns.
Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing, even if it's your spare change.
The Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. You can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're always building towards your goals.
Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every stage of life. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment.
Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/MFM or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns.
Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings.
Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk.
Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/MFM. Goodbye.
Summer means a whole new world for your feet.
They're walking more, sweating more, and going barefoot all day long.
For summer feet that need real comfort, there's Bombas.
Bombas has a whole line of sport-specific socks for golf, yoga, the gym, and every kind of runner.
They also make soft, supportive compression socks that are especially great for summer travel.
Bombas sandals and slides are made from super lightweight, cushy, waterproof EVA foam, so they feel incredibly comfortable.
And the best part? For every item you buy, Bombas donates an essential clothing item to someone facing housing insecurity, with over 200 million donations and counting.
I wore my Bombas compression socks on the plane ride to and from Italy. And listen, I'm a girl of a certain age at this point. It needs to be done. And I felt so comfy and so secure with my cute little Bomba socks.
So head over to bombas.com/MFM and use code MFM for 20% off your first purchase.
That's BOMBAS.com/MFM, code MFM at checkout.
Goodbye. That's that. That's the business.
Yeah, you're first.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
And I am going to present my story in honor of Black History Month.
Love it.
Which goes with, listener, a gesture of look at me.
Oh,
look at me. I'm doing this. Yeah.
Love it.
We begin in New Orleans, Louisiana, the morning of Monday, November 14th, 1960, as a 6-year-old girl gets ready for her first day at her new school, the William Frantz Elementary School, right down the street from her house. She wears a white shirt and a blue dress, and she's got a big white bow in her hair. But when she walks out the door that morning with her mother beside her, she has no idea how difficult or transformative her first day of school will be. She'll later say, quote, "There were barricades and people shouting and policemen everywhere. I thought maybe it was Mardi Gras." First grade, six years old.
Little baby.
Except the atmosphere is not festive or light like Mardi Gras. It's hostile, it's violent, and it's all directed right at her. As this crowd screams threats and slurs and throws things, she keeps walking. 4 men in suits escort her, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear, into the building. And as she passes through those front doors of William Frantz Elementary, she not only becomes the first Black student ever to attend it, but she becomes a symbol for progress and bravery in the face of racist hate. This is the true story of Ruby Bridges.
Amazing. Amazing.
I just shake my head like that. This child was a baby when she had to do this. A baby.
So much to put on a little kid and pressure. And then imagine being such a horrible person that you hate a child.
Yeah.
Like...
And feel justified just in this sneering group of white assholes that are just like,
6-year-old child. Like, what is wrong with you?
Grab a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
So sources used in today's research are Ruby Bridges' autobiography, Through My Eyes, and a 2022 episode of the Slight Change of Plans podcast entitled A 6-Year-Old Changes History, which is actually from Pushkin, our friends over at Pushkin and iHeart, and a PBS American Experience article entitled Ruby Bridges and the Integration of New Orleans Schools. And the rest of the sources are in our show notes. So Ruby Bridges is born in Tylertown, Mississippi on September 8th, 1954. That's a small town in the south central part of the state. It's not far from the border with Louisiana. And Ruby's parents and grandparents were both sharecroppers there. Ruby's mother is named Lucille, and her father's name is Abon, and he's also a Korean War vet, and Ruby is their first child. So when she's 4 years old, her family leaves Tylertown and moves to New Orleans, and they land in the Upper Ninth Ward, which is a historically Black working-class neighborhood where Abon starts working as a mechanic. And Lucille takes care of Ruby and her siblings during the day, but she also does domestic work at night to keep the household afloat. One of the Bridges' main motivators for moving to New Orleans was for, of course, better paying work for Abon and Lucille, but also better educations for their children. Lucille had to drop out in the 8th grade to work in the fields alongside her parents, and Ruby will later describe her mom as, quote, very determined, and she took education very seriously. I think it was because it was something that neither her nor my father were allowed to have, and ultimately that's what she wanted for her kids, a better life for them, end quote. So here's some important context. The year that Ruby Bridges is born, 1954, is when the historic Brown versus Board of Education decision is handed down by the Supreme Court. And in it, the court's 9 justices unanimously determined that racial segregation in American public schools is unconstitutional. But that does not result in the quick integration of public schools, of course, especially in the southern United States. White people do everything they can to maintain the segregated status quo, either by ignoring the court's decision or by intimidation tactics, or just by making it impossible for Black students to enroll at their white-only schools. Right. So despite the court's decision, many schools remain racially segregated for years after that law is passed. This is the case in Ruby's new hometown of New Orleans, where in 1960, 6 years after the Brown v. Board decision, public schools have yet to integrate.
Wow.
So a federal judge named Skelly Wright finally orders them to do so. And if they refuse, he threatens to shut down every public school in the city.
Wow.
So the New Orleans School Board agrees to integrate 2 schools, starting with children entering the first grade classes there. But they set out to make it very tough for Black children to enroll by requiring them to take an entrance exam that the white children do not have to take. A scholar named Joseph Dewey writes, quote, "The test was difficult, designed, critics said, to legally maintain the state's longstanding segregated education system," end quote. So it's essentially similar to the Jim Crow era literacy tests that were explicitly designed to prevent Black Americans from registering to vote, but this time it's aimed at 5- and 6-year-olds. The numbers vary across sources, but around 150 Black children in New Orleans take this test. Only 6 of them pass. And
because you haven't let them. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Well, because it's a scam.
Yeah,
it's a setup.
Yeah, totally.
Like so many things, like sharecropping, like so many things.
Yeah.
It's a setup. So only 6 children pass. Ruby Bridges is one of those children.
Wow.
She has now cleared the first hurdle that's meant to prevent her from enrolling in this white school. But she's too young to really understand any of that. What she knows is that her parents are so proud of her for passing this test. Of course, her parents disagree about what to do next. Ruby's dad is hesitant about sending his little girl to a white school. He knows she will not be welcomed at all, much less with open arms, and that she could likely experience physical harm at the hands of racists. Ruby later writes in her autobiography, quote, "My father didn't want any part of school integration. He was a gentle man, and he feared the angry segregationists that might hurt his family. Having fought in the Korean War, he experienced segregation on the battlefield, where he risked his life for his country. He didn't think things would ever change. He didn't think I would ever be treated as an equal," end quote. But Ruby's mom, Lucille, is armed with her conviction about the power of education. She is dedicated to this idea. She also knows that a historically white school will have more resources and better facilities than Ruby's current school. So she eventually is able to convince her husband enrolling Ruby is the right choice. Yeah. So of the 6 Black children who passed their entrance exams, only 4 total, including Ruby, actually enroll in these all-white schools. The other 3 children are all also little girls, just like Ruby. Their names are Leona Tate, Gail Etienne, and Tessie Prevost. And they're assigned to the McDonough 19 Elementary School, which is in the lower 9th Ward. So they're sometimes referred to now as the McDonough 3. Basically, these 4 little brave girls are responsible for a historical moment in the fight to integrate Southern schools. 4 little 6-year-old girls.
Amazing. Wild.
Yeah. But while the McDonough 3 will be attending school in the lower 9th Ward together, Ruby Bridges is all alone in the upper 9th, as the first and only Black child in a student body made up of 500 white kids.
Wow.
So Ruby's given a start date in August of 1960, which is the beginning of the school year, but there's so much resistance to her going to this school and the integration of schools in general, her start date keeps getting pushed until it finally lands on November 14th, 1960.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the good news about all of this, and I never knew this, is that she at the time kind of didn't know what was going on.
I feel like 6 is still young enough to kind of not be aware, but like the Mardi Gras, I bet maybe it was Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Is like so heartbreaking, but also like a blessing in disguise, maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. So essentially, Abon and Lucille have deliberately sheltered their daughter from the racism and the violence and the hostility around this school integration. And Ruby now talks about this in interviews, that it was a well-intended decision by her parents, right, but also maybe a misguided one, because as this is happening, Ruby just truly is in the dark about the situation as a whole. All she knows is that her loved ones all seem very excited about her new school, and that Monday, November 14th is her first day of first grade. And that morning feels like a holiday at the Bridges house. It's noticeably different from Ruby's first day of kindergarten a year earlier. And years later, she'll say, quote, "It was totally different. Neighbors were coming over. My mother's friends were coming to dress me for school." I had all these beautiful new things to wear.
Oh, everyone's so happy for her.
Yeah. And they're also just like, we're all going to put in on this together.
And we're all freaked out, but we're going to make this a celebration.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm sure they were terrified.
And then she says, did I feel special? Yes, I did feel very special. As a matter of fact, in my tiny 6-year-old mind, remembering the test I had taken and how excited everyone was about that, I really thought I was going straight to college. Yes.
It's so cute.
That's exactly the kind of getting it wrong that we need to do more of.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so good. I'm going straight to college.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry. We're still in the quote. I thought everybody was so excited because they had never seen a 6-year-old go to college.
That's so cute.
It's so cute. End quote. So Ruby then hears a knock at the door, and when her parents open it, there are 4 tall white men standing outside. They all have matching yellow bands on their arms. Ruby's so young, she doesn't question why they're here. Her parents choose not to tell her, but she'll eventually learn that they're federal marshals who have been sent to escort Ruby to her new school.
Wow.
So even though William Franz Elementary is only a couple blocks from the Bridges' house, Ruby and Lucille climb into a car with these 4 officers and make the short drive together. Ruby remembers looking out the rear window and seeing her neighbors walking behind the car in a show of support.
Oh my God.
Community. That little face.
I know.
She assumes it's because they're excited about her going to college. God damn it.
I love it.
God damn it.
That's so sweet.
So the car comes to a stop. They've arrived at school. And for a split second, it really does feel like Mardi Gras to Ruby. There are barricades set up, police on horseback, countless people shouting and doing what Ruby thinks is waving their hands in excitement. What she doesn't realize is they're actually throwing things and waving angry fists in the air.
At a child, because a family wants their child to be educated. Like, fucking check yourself. Like, ask for your motivations, what they are.
But they did. But
how do you get away with that in your brain?
Because you're raised in it,
right,
because it's taught to you, it's normalized to you, and it makes the bad part of what's going on inside you feel better by pushing it towards somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely not an excuse.
No.
But
yeah, you don't question anyone. You just accept things the way they come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do that.
So Lucille is with Ruby the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl and her mother are quickly ushered into the school. Those marshals lead them straight to the principal's office where Ruby is sat down, and they wait to see which classroom she's going to join. And she watches through the office glass window, looking out onto the school's hallway as white adults constantly come and go. And as they leave, they're often dragging a child with them. Again, Ruby will eventually learn these are the white parents yanking their kids out of class after watching her enter the school because they cannot have or fathom the idea of a Black child being taught alongside their kids. Also, all of the teachers at this grammar school leave in protest. Which is a heartbreaking sentence to read. It's just like, wow.
Even the fucking teachers.
Yeah. Hours pass. Ruby and Lucille are sitting in the principal's office because all the teachers have left. No one's there to instruct Ruby. With no teacher, there's also no classroom. The principal is left trying to figure out what to do. So essentially, it's like they pass this law. The government threatened them. They had to do it. And then they were just like, but we don't actually have to do it. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
So the 4 marshals continue guarding the door. Ruby and Lucille sit there until the end of the day bell rings at 3 p.m.
Wow.
And she is dismissed. Ruby remembers thinking, quote, wow, college is easy. Later that evening, when Ruby's dad asks her how it all went, she tells him she had a good first day. When the national news comes on that night, the protective wall her parents have built around her begins to crack because there is a story about her and her first day of school on that broadcast.
Oh, my God.
It's unclear how much of the story Ruby actually watches, but she remembers her mom looking at the TV and saying out loud, oh, my God, what have I done? Because, of course, you're in it, right?
Yeah.
You don't understand the scope of and the bigness and the symbolism of all of it.
Totally.
So the next morning, Ruby gets up and gets ready for her second day of first grade. And those same 4 marshals meet her and her mother at the front door. And they all ride to school together. And the marshals escort them back into the elementary school. What's different today is that there are noticeably more angry white people set up outside that school. They're even more aggressive. They're throwing tomatoes and eggs at Ruby, Lucille, and the Marshalls, but mostly at a little tiny girl. They also are yelling racial slurs and death threats, saying they'll hang Ruby or they'll poison her food.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. Ruby will say that later she blocked out a lot of what was happening in that moment. She did not realize that mob was threatening her until years later when she watches news footage. And essentially, it all allowed Ruby to maintain this lovely little innocent idea that she's going to college and everybody's excited for her. Her mother and the Marshalls, of course, take those threats very seriously. Ruby will not be allowed to eat anything from the school for the entire year. Lucille packs her daughter's lunch every single day, of course.
I mean, that's a detail I've never heard before. And that is just so horrific and heartbreaking.
To feel surrounded by this majority of people who are like, we're going to threaten you in every way possible.
But I'm going to ignore it, and I'm going to I'm still going to make sure my daughter gets the education she deserves. Like, that woman is so brave.
Yeah. She
knew the threats. And, Ruby didn't, but she and her husband did, and they said, we're still moving forward. Like, that's so brave.
It's so brave in the face of absolute insanity. Just insanity. Yeah. So after pushing past this angry mob again, Ruby and her mother and the Marshalls enter the school. But unlike day one, Ruby won't spend the entirety of the day in the principal's office. She now has a classroom assignment. So as they move through the mostly empty school, there's an eerie silence, and Ruby will later say, quote, "You could hear a pin drop when I walked up the stairs. Our footsteps echoed in the hallways," end quote. So they get to a classroom, but there's no students in it, but there is a white woman standing there. It's Ruby's new teacher, Barbara Henry. And she has immediate warmth and kindness about her. And as a New England native and a recent transplant to Louisiana, she also has a charming Boston accent. Again, no one explains anything to Ruby, like why she's the only student in this class, or why her mother is sticking around for the entire school day, or why the U.S. Marshals are still outside the classroom. And of course, no one tells Ruby that the reason Mrs. Henry is here today is because she's the one white teacher in all of New Orleans willing to instruct a black student.
I mean,
shame, shame, shame.
So much shame on us.
Instead, Ruby simply assumes this is how college works.
I love it.
She's like, when do I get to go to the dorms?
That's the best.
This is college. You get a one-on-one. And she instantly takes to Mrs. Henry. Ruby remembers thinking, quote, "She made me feel safe. She made school fun for me. I knew once I passed the crowd and got inside the building, I was going to have a great day because of her. She showed me her heart, and I knew that she was different. Even though she looked like the people outside, she was different." Jesus Christ. End quote. Okay, so over the school year, Mrs. Henry creates a magical classroom experience for Ruby, and incredibly, Ruby absolutely loves going to school because of her.
It's amazing.
So beautiful. So basically, when they can hear the racist chants and threats inside the classroom from outside, so those people stayed outside. They didn't have their kids in there. They pulled their kids out and then stood outside screaming
every
at the
day,
school.
Showing up to scream at a school. Wow.
To scream against progress. Yeah. So when that happens and they can hear the mob outside, Mrs. Henry simply tells Ruby, quote, "We're going to have music today," and then puts on music to drown out the noise. So it's not that Ruby is kept safe from the horrors of this situation. And in fact, she does remember seeing people carrying a child's coffin with a black doll inside of it.
Oh my God.
At one point.
I've never heard that either.
Yeah. As a 6-year-old, and it gives her recurring nightmares, of course.
Oh, my God.
But her mother, Lucille, who never leaves her side, tells Ruby, quote, "Don't worry about those people. They're crazy. They need praying for," end quote, which is very true.
Yeah.
As time passes, a small handful of white students trickle back into William Frantz Elementary. Some families support integrating William Frantz, but others re-enroll their children begrudgingly, just they had nowhere else to go. So at first, Ruby never sees these children. By design, the school's administrators try to keep her away from them, prompting Mrs. Henry to step in and confront the principal. Mrs. Henry even threatens to report the school to the federal government for continuing to disobey integration orders, which results in Ruby finally being allowed to share certain spaces like play areas. So she could basically go outside at the same time as other kids.
Yeah.
But then Ruby has an interaction with one of these children when they're outside together. She sees a little boy. She asks him if he'd like to play with her because she can sense that he wants to. But he tells her his mom won't let him play with a black child. But he doesn't say black child. He uses a racial slur. And this is the moment where it all clicks into place. Ruby will later say, quote, "For months, I'd been trying to piece it together to figure out why the school was empty, why there are no kids that show up, why I can't just have lunch in the cafeteria. And this little boy looked at me and told me. I then realized it's not Mardi Gras. This is not college. It's about me." This is obviously devastating for Ruby, but she does have a support system around her, like her devoted and courageous mom, Lucille, but also a Harvard-educated child psychologist named Dr. Robert Coles, who is so disgusted by reports of Ruby being harassed as she walks into school that he reaches out and offers counseling for her and her family.
Wow.
He provides weekly sessions with them for that entire year.
Wow.
So he just steps in and is like, okay, let's get through this.
Yeah.
And of course, there's Ruby's teacher, Mrs. Barbara Henry. In fact, to this day, Ruby and Mrs. Henry, 20 years her senior, are still very close. Ruby has said, quote, "The beauty of it all is that I made a friend at 6 years old that I am still friends with today.
Stop.
She's still my best friend."
Oh my God.
End quote. Just think about that part. Ruby Bridges is still alive, and she's in, I believe, her early 70s.
Yeah.
Very young woman.
Yeah.
Who went through this.
Yeah.
This is not the past, the distant past that, oh, we've come so far. It's like this just happened to this woman.
Yeah.
So when Ruby returns to William Frantz Elementary for second grade, things are different because now there are 8 other Black students in the first grade. But Ruby, who's now 7, arrives expecting the same setup as the year before, a one-on-one classroom led by Mrs. Henry. Instead, she's in an all-white class, and her new teacher is one of the teachers who quit in protest the year before. And this teacher constantly belittles and embarrasses Ruby, particularly when she pronounces certain words with a tinge of Mrs. Henry's Boston accent.
Oh, my God.
Ruby described her second grade experience as being, quote, "almost like somebody clapped their hands and the carriage was gone and it turned into a pumpkin."
Dude.
And she's there all by herself again.
Yeah.
Everything Ruby has experienced is isolating and traumatizing, but she doesn't feel like she has many people she can talk to about it. Dr. Coles has since moved away from Louisiana, and Ruby's parents are experiencing a version of the fallout themselves. Bon and Lucille lose their jobs amidst all the coverage and the uproar around Ruby's going to William Frantz School.
Right.
And even her sharecropper grandparents are evicted off their land in Mississippi.
Wow.
Because of it.
Oh, my God.
The NAACP steps in to support the Bridges family, but it all puts such a huge strain on Bon and Lucille's marriage that they eventually separate. And on top of everything else, Ruby feels further isolated by the total lack of recognition by the city about what's happened to her and her family. She will later say, quote, "The city didn't want to talk about it or deal with it. The whole country had watched how adults behaved in front of a 6-year-old. Nobody wanted to relive that."
Wow.
End quote. So life just goes on. The days pass, Ruby gets older, and without any outside acknowledgement or validation of her own experience, this becomes very difficult for Ruby to fully process everything that's happened. She's one of the first children to integrate New Orleans schools, but she starts to see this as a very personal thing, not something that has real significance in the world beyond her neighborhood in New Orleans. Fast forward to the early 70s, Ruby's about 17 years old. And around this time, a journalist approaches her and asks for an interview because of a recently published painting by the famous artist Norman Rockwell. It's just run as a centerfold in Look magazine. It's titled, quote, "The Problem We All Live With." And here is that painting, if you've never seen it.
Oh. I mean, it's, yeah.
And there she
gives
is.
you chills. The tomato thrown against the wall. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I'll read this for the listeners who aren't watching. Rockwell's painting depicts a young black girl in pigtails clutching her school books, surrounded by 4 U.S. Marshals that tower over her. A tomato has been hurled at the wall behind them. Its blood-red juices drip down to the sidewalk, and a slur is written on the wall. But the little girl continues marching forward, her head held high. When the reporter insists that this is Norman Rockwell's depiction of her, Ruby Bridges, Ruby can't believe it. Here's what she said about that whole situation. Up until that moment, I didn't think anyone remembered or cared or that it even mattered. Yeah. I wasn't aware that it was important enough for this very famous artist to paint an amazing painting about it. I did not realize that my walk, my story, was a part of a much bigger family, the civil rights family, the civil rights movement. I didn't realize it until that moment.
Wow.
That idea that it's basically she has her whole education arc, basically. Mm-hmm. She's about to graduate from high school when this painting comes out and this all happens.
Yeah.
And that's when she realizes it's so like life.
Yeah.
Where like you go through this really hard, horrible thing and like, yeah, life just goes on because that's kind of how it works.
Right.
And sometimes people are there to kind of help you through the hard thing, but ultimately you are on your own and you kind of march on.
Right. And you don't realize the gravity of the important things that happen to you until you're past them. And maybe that's for the best because it's so hard to,
to be processing that.
Yeah, in real time.
But then someone is like, hey, this is an unbelievable thing that actually happened. Do you want it? Let's all look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible. So Ruby graduates from high school. She takes a job as a travel agent, and then she goes and sees the world.
Oh, my God.
She then gets married. She has 4 children. And then in the 1990s, when she's in her 40s, her old child psychiatrist, Dr. Robert Coles, publishes a children's book about her entitled The Story of Ruby Bridges.
Wow.
It introduces countless more people to her historic tenure at William Frantz Elementary. And what follows is a Disney biopic in 1998 for which Ruby is a consultant. And then President Clinton awards her the Presidential Citizens Medal in 2001.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. And then when President Barack Obama was in office, he invites her to come to the Oval Office so that they can meet. Ruby has talked about how nervous she was when she met him, saying, quote, he walked over to me and I extended my hand and said, it's such an honor to meet you. And when I did this, he put both hands on his hips and looked at me and said, are you kidding me? I'm getting a hug.
Aww.
And he threw his arms around me and said, I cannot begin to tell you what an honor it is to welcome you into this White House.
Bring it back.
Come on. I mean, did it ever happen? Over the years, Ruby has written several books and even established her own organization, the Ruby Bridges Foundation, which sets out to, quote, offer programs and resources to guide and support younger generations on their pathway toward a more peaceful and harmonious future, end quote. Every year, they help organize commemorative walk-to-school days across the United States, which honor her historic first steps into William Frantz Elementary and keep the history of hard-fought school integration alive. Ruby's mom, Lucille, dies of cancer in 2020. She lived a good, long life.
Yeah.
She was 86 years old. She was a fierce advocate for education throughout her life, telling children to, quote, study, listen to what their teachers tell them, and their mothers and their fathers. After they get their education, they can be any person they want to be, doctors, lawyers, or anything. But you have to have that education. And I would love for them to just listen to my story so they can know how hard it was for my kids to go to school.
Yeah, wow. Like, just don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Have some sort of appreciation.
Yeah.
Ruby, meanwhile, is now in her early 70s. After Lucille's death, she wrote a statement saying, quote, today our country lost a hero. Brave, progressive, a champion for change. She helped alter the course of so many lives by setting me out on my path as a 6-year-old little girl. Our nation lost a mother of the civil rights movement today, and I lost my mom. I love you, and I'm grateful for you. May you rest in peace. And that's the story of Ruby Bridges, whose bravery and intelligence changed history in America.
Holy shit.
Can we see the picture of her?
Oh, my God, she's so tiny.
She's a tiny, tiny little girl.
Look at those little shoes and socks and her little face.
Also, I would love to know what those men are fucking thinking.
Totally wondering the same thing. Like, what?
How do you stand around a little girl that's having that kind of hatred aimed and then go, these are the reasonable people?
Right. Or
in
like
any
not
way.
have some compassion if you hadn't had any before for what she's going through.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to.
Yeah, you'd hope. Amazing. Oh my God, great job.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane. I'm so glad you did that for Black History Month.
Yes.
We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
10 years ago, no one in America knew what a skin barrier was.
It's time to take care of your skin with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one.
Formulated with 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide to provide long-lasting hydration and 12-hour oil control. I've been using CeraVe for over a decade, I would think. And now it's getting super trendy. And I don't know why, it just makes me proud that something I've used for so long is cool on socials now. But it really does work. And that's why it's been around so long.
No matter your skin type or concern, CeraVe has facial cleansers perfect for you and your skin barrier.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
Let's go on a completely different trajectory.
As we do.
This isn't that at all.
No, nor should it be.
And it won't be. It can't be.
It's 2 different stories every time.
That's right.
What we do is we're like lemon lime. We come in, we're like, do you like this flavor? We're changing the flavor.
Totally.
Keep it fresh.
We're for everybody. We try to make sure we're for everybody.
Right. And by doing so, alienate most of those people. That's our specialty.
That's not true. If you don't like us, it's okay.
You don't know because you're not here.
Good point.
Right?
Unless you're my mom who started fucking...
Oh, Janet, listen.
Being on Netflix has made her finally able to listen to the podcast. That's the only way she's been able to understand podcasts.
That's the only way she can access it?
Yes.
Now she has notes?
Probably, yeah. She said something. I love the way you... I don't remember. Can I read you the text?
Yeah. Is it backhanded?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't think so.
Okay.
She said, I finished watching your first episode. It was great. You and Karen have a gift of making the audience feel a personal part of the conversation. Relaxed, fun, open, and honest. Oh, and then it says, so you put Mimi down? My condolences. I have not put Mimi down.
That was a great parental text about,
Totally.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah. She can get in there sometimes with the hardcore mothering.
She can say the words correctly, for sure. She knows those lines.
Yeah.
For sure. That was really nice.
Yeah, it was.
Fun, casual. Oh.
Sorry your cat's dead.
Wait, that isn't true, though.
No, Mimi's still alive. Jesus. I don't know how much longer, but with pure spite and anger at the dog and cats, she's fucking living. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, today's story I actually found out about from some listeners named Gavin and Anna, who wrote in a really great email, but it gives the whole story away, so I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
But one of them, I can't tell which, is a jazz historian and who studies the music of the 1920s. And so that's how they know about the story. I had never heard about it, even though this person that I'm going to tell you about today, in a lot of ways, had a bigger racket going than even Al Capone.
Oh.
But I haven't heard of him before. He was a character in the second season of Boardwalk Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if you know who it is, because this is a very large human being played by Glenn Fleshler, who was, I don't want to spoil, I don't want to spoil True Detective from fucking 8 seasons ago.
Oh,
but
yes.
he was the main guy.
Yes.
Yeah. And he plays like that perfect, like, bad guy. He just looks like a fucking old school gangster.
He does. And I think he was doing the kind of dead eye thing.
Yeah.
Where he was very scary.
Yeah. Everything
looking.
he's been in, like, he's been in Joker, he's been in everything he's been in is like dark.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
God forbid I say the name Kevin Spacey, but it's like he's that new kind of like, I'm the character actor that you think a real guy walked on set and started asking questions.
And the moment you see me on screen, you know I'm here for trouble.
Some shit's going down.
Okay, so that is who I'm telling you about today. This is a story about a 1920s bootlegger named George Remus, the so-called King of Bootleggers.
Oh, yeah.
And an eventual murder that he committed. Okay, so the main sources I used for this story are reporting from the Chicago Tribune and an article from American Heritage magazine by Bob Batchelor. The rest of the sources can be found in the show notes. Okay, so most of these stories start with a guy being born into tough circumstances and embracing crime early on. But that's not exactly how it seems to go for our George. Though his family doesn't have much money, he does start out mostly on the straight and narrow. He's born in 1876 in Germany. The family immigrates to the United States when George is still pretty young, and they move around for a few years, and then they settle in Chicago. And so when George is a teenager, his father gets sick, so George starts to support the family by working at his uncle's pharmacy. Eventually, he becomes a pharmacist himself, but in his early 20s, he decides to become a lawyer. So, like, I feel like these things were probably easier to become back then. I want to be a pharmacist. I want to be a lawyer.
It sounds a little bit like kids playing at a birthday party or something, where it's like,
or like one of those like mail in for your certificate of authenticity of being a pharmacist. You know what I mean? To like one of those like schools.
For the lawyer one, you just have to keep on mailing in over and over.
It's like where Saul Goodman went to law school.
That's
essentially,
right.
It's harder now, I think.
Draw this turtle. You're a lawyer.
Exactly.
Yes.
He graduates from law school around the time he's 24, and he becomes a criminal defense attorney. In a lot of contemporary discussions about George, he's presented as a respected defense attorney. But if you delve into some of the news stories from when he was practicing, it seems like he used tactics that other lawyers considered unethical, if not straight up illegal. So he wasn't the good guy that all lawyers usually are.
If you're a lawyer that's like, I'm not that into the law, then there's some problems.
Right. So in 1914, when George is in his mid-30s, he gains nationwide fame by becoming the first lawyer ever to use a defense of, quote, transitory insanity, which in today's money...
Temporary insanity.
That's right. So he's the first fucking dude to do that. Who knew? That case involves the murder of a woman by her husband, allegedly over an affair. George claims his client, named W.C. Ellis, did kill his wife, but has no memory of the event. And the defense actually works. Ellis is acquitted. So that same case involves some level of unethical conduct. Before a verdict is reached, George claims that his client had been offered a bribe from his wife's family just a bunch of bullshit that he uses in court. And we don't really know what's true and what's not true, if he's stretching the truth or not. He probably is. Regardless, George is known around the Chicago courthouse as Crying Remus because he's known for his impassioned speeches, wild stories, and his flair for the dramatic. That's all you need to be a lawyer, right?
Yeah, I think it's mostly acting.
Yeah.
And
theater major, then go to, what's it called, law school?
Go to law school. I mean, you could do it. You cried on cue.
Thank you.
Yeah, you could do it.
Since that's my thing, crying on cue.
That's all you need.
And I love school so much.
Yeah, you love school and homework and crying on cue.
So the other lawyers don't like it, but juries eat it up. So in 1899, back when he was about 23, he had married a woman named Lillian Clough. They have 2 daughters, and actually one of the daughters, named Romella, she becomes a child actress in silent films and plays Dorothy in the silent version of The Wizard of Oz. Total aside.
That was Romella Clough? I love her
That
work.
was George Remus's daughter? Who knew?
Rumella is one of the worst young names I've ever heard.
Rubella. It sounds like a fucking...
Something you get inoculated from. That's wild.
Romella, yeah.
R-O-M? R-U?
R-O-M-O-L-A. Romalla.
Yeah.
Romalla.
Oh,
Still sucks.
not great.
No. Okay, by early 1919, George is in his
Here
early...
come the emails.
I know, right? And now they're from Netflix, too. Like, not just...
They're like, I'm over here in wherever that name would be from.
Romella Smith. And how dare
How
you?
dare
It's a
you.
family name. Wine.
Everyone likes this name.
I won best name 3 years in a row. Where? Okay. By early 1919, George is in his early 40s, and he's extremely well known in Chicago. One night in Evanston, the suburb just north of Chicago, a plumber, okay, this is weird. A plumber named Herbert Young goes to the house of a divorced woman named Augusta Imogene Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Great names. She goes by Imogene. Imogene's teenage daughter, Ruth, has lost her watch, and Imogene has said she'll give a reward to whoever finds it. And so Herbert the plumber finds it. But once he's there, he and Imogene get into an argument about how much the reward should be. And this turns into a physical altercation with the man who is there with Imogene. And this man turns out to be George Remus. Basically, this whole episode makes the papers and reveals that George, who again is pretty famous, is having an affair with Imogene and has been for the past 5 years.
Wait, so she gets into a fight so bad with this guy not giving him the reward because he found her daughter's watch.
That it makes the papers.
It makes the fucking papers.
And his wife sees in the papers, like, what are you doing at this woman's house?
And he's a lawyer, but he is not able to get her to stop that fight.
Yeah.
Or handle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
His wife, Lillian, goes to visit Imogene and gets her to admit to the affair. So Lillian's like, fuck this shit, and says to the Chicago Tribune, quote, I told her I didn't want him. You may keep the rubbish.
Ooh.
End quote.
Snap, 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 snap.
Have my fucking leftovers, bitch.
Bye, enjoy.
Yeah. So they get divorced, and George remarries Imogene. So this brings us to 1920, when the 18th Amendment and the Volstead Act prohibit the production, importation, transportation, and sale of alcohol in the U.S.
Yeah.
Cheers. Pretty much as soon as Prohibition goes into effect, George starts representing clients who are being charged with the illegal production, transportation, and sale of alcohol. He's just like...
He gets right into that business.
Yeah. He's like, let's do this. He immediately notices how much money these people he is defending are making. And it has to be a very impressive sum, because as a lawyer, George had been making about $500,000 a year in 1920s money.
What?
$500,000 a year in 1920 money. 1920 money is how much in today.
So it's like over 100 years ago.
Yeah.
$500,000.
Yeah.
So would he be now making $30 million a year?
$8 million.
God damn it.
I know. I'm sorry.
I always go way over.
It's impossible.
It's a personality flaw. That's what it is.
I bet the jazz historians would know.
Just like, haha, we knew and you didn't.
And so George realizes that he's uniquely suited to a career in bootlegging for 2 reasons. The first is that he's a lawyer, is very comfortable finding loopholes, right? Even ones that are a little bit in the gray area. And the second is that his first career was as a pharmacist. And he's already found one such loophole, allowing the sale of liquor for medicinal purposes.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, during Prohibition, you could buy alcohol from your pharmacist if your doctor had prescribed it for you. Yeah. But like good alcohol too, because it had to be pure strength. It couldn't be bathtub gin. They got it from actual distilleries. So like...
Wow.
Do you remember the first time you went to a weed doctor to get your weed card? I was so terrified that the SWAT team was going to come in.
I actually didn't go inside. I stood on the outside and I made somebody else go in.
You didn't get your own?
No. I was
Arrest
scared
her.
to death.
No,
I can't prove it. I didn't do anything.
I was terrified.
Yes, it was horrifying.
It's so funny.
It was very like when you grow up under that thing of like,
Yeah.
this is the thing, this is how bad it is, or this is how whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh yeah, drugs. And then it's like nowadays it's like weed.
Yeah.
It's like basically smoking. No one cares.
Nobody cares. But it was so scary. And I didn't even like smoke weed. I just kind of wanted some gummies. I don't know.
Just want to be a part of things.
I really did want to go into a weed store too. Like, because you can't go in one, or you couldn't go in one without the card. And I was so curious about what it looked like inside.
I know everyone I knew was like, how do you get a card? And then I remember when I had my seizures, my neurologist was like, oh, that's actually good for that.
Yeah.
Like I can recommend it, where I'm just like, oh, my name will be on the list.
I thought my
I
name
was
would be on
so
a list.
afraid to be in trouble with the government. It's like,
And look at us now.
look at it now. Can you imagine
No.
being worried about that list?
That's not the list we need to be worried about.
Jesus Christ.
Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da.
The Gamergate was absolutely
It was all
fabricated
real.
by Steve Bannon. He just fucking made the whole thing up.
Pizzagate, too.
Pizzagate,
Everything.
QAnon. I mean, obviously, but
They ate humans.
it isn't real.
So George and Imogen moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, for the practical reason that the vast majority of the whiskey produced in the U.S. is produced within 300 miles of Cincinnati. Did you know that?
No.
Cincinnati. I hardly knew you. So he starts buying distilleries and legally provides what's called bonded whiskey, meaning that it has government stamp of approval, that it's not going to fucking make you go blind. It's not
so
diluted.
smart.
I
Yeah.
know. It's not diluted or adulterated in any way. So that's what should be sold for medicinal purposes. Needless to say, because of that, George's product is very popular. But there is an issue of him only being able to sell it for medicinal use. So George is supposed to be wholesaling this liquor to other pharmacists. But that's a much smaller market than leisure drinkers. So he's like, fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
He gets around that by basically like getting his whiskey stolen by his employees and then like confiscated by the police, both of which he pays off. I don't know. So like
He basically launders the liquor.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. In just a year or two, he's running a massive operation with 3,000 employees, and he's the source of 1/7 of the whiskey sold in the United States under Prohibition.
Oh my God.
Within the first 3 years of being in business, George makes about $40 million.
Dang. Oh,
which
wait.
in today's money.
Fucking A.
So we were at $500,000 in back then, and that was $8 million. So $40 million.
31 million.
It sucks, man. Like, I just don't know how to tell you, but $648 million.
Wait, I said less
I
than
know.
what you said.
Do you want to go again? I did that on stage, remember? And everyone laughed and
Because
laughed.
what it is you start getting obsessed with the number.
Yeah.
Like, I have to pick a good number.
Yeah, but you can't
You
because
don't
it doesn't
really
make
listen. $640.
$8 million is what he's making off of this enterprise.
He's basically the 20s kind of Elon Musk type of guy where
That's
he's like
right.
going into the you don't need that much money area.
Totally. And actually, they use that money, George and Imogen, who's like younger and pretty than, she's like, actually I have a photo of her.
Oh.
She's very glamorous. She looks like the woman from the show with the weed. She sold the weed.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Louise Parker.
Thank you. Mary Louise Parker, doesn't she? Like a young Mary Louise Parker.
I can't see
So
it that
she's
well.
young and glamorous and beautiful.
Here's a funny thing is, so this is from like the 1920.
Mm-hmm.
They basically have her in a 3/4 turn away from the camera.
Yeah. What's up with the other side of her face?
What's happening, or the outfit, or anything? It's just like, is this back before photographers understood that, like, you could see everything in the picture?
Maybe they're like, she had the most beautiful profile west of the Mississippi. I don't know what's west of the Mississippi, but so he kind of got himself some arm candy.
Yeah.
Because, she's younger. And they move into a beautiful mansion.
I have to stop you. Do you know that thing where it's like, is this an old woman or a young woman? That's literally exactly what she looks like, especially because I don't have my glasses
Is it an old
on.
hag or is it a young beauty?
Because she has something on her chin,
Yeah.
and then there's that feather.
Totally. It's very distracting. Like, is this the blank space or is this the blank space?
Exactly. Is it a rabbit or a duck? I can't tell.
Send in drawing of it to get your law degree.
Law degree.
Okay, so they throw these like lavish parties at their beautiful mansion in Cincinnati. They throw this huge party New Year's Eve when it's about to be 1922. They dedicate their brand new indoor swimming pool in the basement of their mansion. So they're fucking totally Elon Musking it up.
They have money to burn.
Yeah. And Imogene wears a scandalous bathing suit, which is like crazy for back then.
It was to the knee.
Yeah, covered only half her face. Waitresses dressed in all white pass around champagne and whiskey, and at the end of the night, as a party favor, so it's said that each woman leaves with a pair of diamond earrings and every man leaves with a diamond pin. There's also rumors that it was actually a diamond necklace or a watch, and then there are some rumors that each party guest leaves with a car. In the like
Oprah
early
style?
20s.
Yeah, that's
Oprah style.
amazing.
Yeah. But they are very generous with their friends who probably don't need the fucking money anyways. And it's said that George is one of the bootleggers who inspired F. Scott Fitzgerald's Jay Gatsby.
That
And
makes sense.
It's obvious as to why, right?
Yeah.
But the good times don't last. Between 1922 and 1925, George is arrested multiple times and is convicted of tax evasion. He doesn't get any long prison sentences, probably because he bribes the authorities. But that comes to an end in 1925 when he's convicted of thousands of violations of the Volstead Act. And he's sentenced to 2 years in prison. Want to see a picture of him?
Oh, yeah. He has his back to the camera, just fully turned around. Oh,
Well,
there he
here's
is.
the profile, though.
Actually, that actor looks
Yeah.
so much like him.
Totally.
He has like light eyes like that.
Yeah.
And he's very scary in that show.
And he plays him on Boardwalk Empire, and you can see why.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
This guy takes no shit.
Oh, my God. Don't come near him with your shit.
No. He's none for him.
You think he's sharing custody with his wife, his first wife, with the
Hell
kids,
no.
taking them to like, the carnival on the weekends? No. I guarantee you he's not taking his kids miniature golfing like my dad did.
He would hire like two goons would take the kids miniature
Right.
golfing.
Totally.
Yeah. That guy's serious.
Yeah. Don't get on his bad side.
I kind of can't stop staring at him though.
I know. Don't get on his bad side, except someone does. While he's serving his sentence of 2 years in prison, another inmate befriends him, and George eventually tells this man that his wife, Imogene, is in control of his still very vast fortune. And it turns out that inmate is actually an undercover agent from the Attorney General's office named Franklin Dodge.
You must, like when people talk to you in prison, it must be just a whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it'd be great to have someone to talk to.
I trust this dude. He's been around here. He told me what he did. I'll tell him what I did.
We're sharesies.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you used me.
Keep your mouth shut.
Zip it. Nothing's real. There's no real friendship in prison.
That's right.
Except for those, when they bring in those dogs.
Or the cats, too. Don't forget the cats when they have the prisoners rehabilitate the dogs and cats and then they get adopted
It
out.
is so beautiful.
If you have an ex-prison rehabilitated dog or cat, please write us in and tell us everything.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's such a good idea.
myfavoritemurder@gmail. We need to know about that.
Right.
That's a weird fucking request. Okay.
It is.
So Franklin Dodge, instead of going to his boss with the information he gets from George, he resigns from his position and fucking woos and begins having an affair with Imogene.
Oh.
So I don't have a photo of him, but he must have been sexy as fuck.
And bold.
And bold.
Brave.
He's like, instead of my job, I'm going to go
Fuck your wife.
fuck your wife. While George is in prison, Imogene sells off almost his entire empire, including the house, and gives George $100 of the proceeds.
Ooh.
Once he's released from prison, Imogene attempts to have him murdered by a hitman, but the hitman worries about going against George, who, of course, has a lot of connections in the underworld. So he instead tells George about the plot.
Good.
Well,
Oh.
in the fall of 1927, Imogene files for divorce from George, and on his way to the courthouse to finalize the divorce, George has his driver chase Imogene's car, which she's riding in with her daughter, Ruth, the watch chick from before.
Right.
And eventually George jumps out of the car and Imogene takes off running. And in the street with onlookers watching in shock, George shoots Imogene in the stomach and she dies at the hospital.
Oh my God.
Yeah. George immediately goes to the police station. He gets in another car and he goes straight to the police station and turns himself in, and he's charged with Imogene's murder. And the case goes to trial in December of that same year. George represents himself with the assistance of another lawyer. The trial is...
he is a lawyer. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. So
I forgot.
the trial is, as you would guess, a massive sensation, and the courthouse is packed. George's first wife and daughter testify on his behalf, while his stepdaughter, Ruth, who had been at the scene, testifies against him. George's defense, temporary insanity.
God.
It's like he was setting it up that whole time so he could use it.
Yeah.
He delivers his own defense with his trademark histrionics. Men are so emotional. You know what I mean?
They can't handle anything.
God. He tells like his dramatic retelling of the story. It's basically the same kind of song and dance he did to get his clients off.
Mm-hmm.
And it works for George, too. After only 19 minutes of deliberation, the jury finds him not guilty for reasons of insanity.
Wow.
This means that George will have to go to a psychiatric hospital where prosecutors try to make him stay. Like, they try to get him to stay there a long time because they're like, this guy tried to kill his wife. Like, let's get him stuck here. But here's what's so crazy. They had gone to such great lengths to prove that he wasn't insane that they couldn't then prove he was and make him stay.
Yeah.
Isn't that like, that seems like a double entendre. What's the thing?
Double indemnity or whatever?
No, yeah.
I mean, like,
Not right.
That seems ironic.
Yeah.
But also, it seems like that should be, if you get off on that, like, technicality or whatever.
There should be a sentence.
Yeah, because it's the prosecution's job to try to make it
Right.
prove that he wasn't crazy. So then what?
Right.
It's like, then you're like, you should have never brought that up.
Right.
It's like, this isn't a family fight at Christmas.
Totally. And then, like, also, that doesn't mean that he's, like, cured and you can just let him go and he won't do it again.
Right.
And so George is released from the psychiatric hospital after only 7 months.
Sorry, we also have to remind everybody he has all the money in the world.
Yeah.
So that's probably has a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah.
Or he's like, I'm not going to be staying here. I have money.
Once he's released, George marries his longtime secretary, a woman named Blanche Watson. Great name. They move across the Ohio River to Covington, Kentucky, and George lives a quiet life there, running a small contracting business, which he runs until 1950 when he suffers a stroke, and he dies 2 years later at the age of 66.
Wow.
And that is the story of the King of Bootleggers, George Remus.
God damn.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
Never heard of him. And he had like 6 different jobs and ends as a contractor.
What does that mean? Like, what was he really?
A builder. But like,
I know, but like, do you think that?
I think he's just a boss. I think he's good at bossing people around.
Right.
So it's probably just like, get 5 guys and we'll figure out a way to build this house.
Wow.
That's me fully guessing.
I'm shedding something and it's worrying me.
Where do you think it's coming off of you?
Therein lies the...
What color is it?
It's white.
Oh, that could be blossom. Yeah, just do a little dandruff test and see what comes off of there.
See anything.
I think this is just how it is.
Yeah. All right.
That's why
no, it's my arm.
That's why you have to spill your Diet Coke.
Look.
Do you have arm makeup on?
No. Okay.
You're just like big, long white streaks.
It's really gross.
My full body makeup's coming off. I don't know why.
It's Netflix, baby. I got to wear full body makeup now.
We've gone absolutely insane
We truly have.
for Netflix.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching our podcast and listening to our video.
Yeah.
We're with you.
We are. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in here.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in and stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
This has been an Exactly Right production.
Our senior producer is Molly Smith, and our associate producer is Tessa Hughes.
Our editor is Aristotle Acevedo.
This episode was mixed by Liana Squilacci.
Our researchers are Maren McGlashan and Ali Elkin.
Email your hometowns to myfavoritemurder@gmail.com.
And follow the show on Instagram at myfavoritemurder.
Listen to My Favorite Murder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now you can watch My Favorite Murder on Netflix.
And when you're there, hit the double thumbs up and the remind me buttons. That's the best way you can support our show.
Goodbye.
Hey, everybody. Here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Calling all amateur detectives and podcast obsessives.
Virgin Voyage's second true crime voyage sets sail March 20th, 2027 for a 5-night escape to Grand Turk and the Beach Club at Bimini.
As part of the On Air at Sea collection, this immersive sailing brings together fan favorite podcasts, including Disgraceland, Buried Bones, and Wisecrack, for live recordings, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive meet and greets, and crime-themed programming that you won't find anywhere else.
All aboard our award-winning, kid-free ships.
Head over to virginvoyages.com/truecrime to secure your spot.
Goodbye.
I'm Nancy Glass, host of the Burden of Guilt Season 3 podcast. This is a story about a horrendous situation that destroyed 2 families. It's a scorched earth war that shows just how far someone will go to get what they want.
Cindy said I had to choose between the truth and my family, and I had to choose the truth.
Listen to Season 3 of Burden of Guilt on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.